Alrighty everyone, welcome back. We are now in the last 10 days of May as we approach June, which by the way is going to be the month in which Jon and Dave Filoni really begin to market and really kind of promote the Ahsoka Tano series ahead of its August release window. We're still not quite sure about its exact release date just yet, other than the fact that it will be in late August. So there's a lot of things going on between Jon and Dave, really attempting to salvage Star Wars and really kind of bring it on a course correct. And then you have people like Kathleen Kennedy here, who has been promoting Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, and talking more about Skeleton Crew and The Acolyte. So without further ado, let's get right into exactly what's going on. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, the thing about Indiana Jones 5 and The Dial of Destiny, ever since it made its first little debut at the Cannes Film Festival in France, following that we had a handful of negative reviews really surfacing on Rotten Tomatoes. Now look, I know some people are going to have some eye-rolling moments there. Rotten Tomatoes may never be the best way to really kind of analyze where a movie stands in the beginning stages. But I always like to say this, it always gives you at least a little bit of an idea about the fan reception, especially the critic reception, about where these actual projects are heading ahead of its release date. And so far, it's not looking good on Rotten Tomatoes. You know, it really stands in at like, what, 52%? Before that, it was in like 48, 49% range. So, moving on here, with Kathleen Kennedy now promoting Indy 5 to the entire fandom after promoting it at Cannes Film Festival, she recently got involved in an interview where she got very heated over a couple of questions. She was questioned about Indy 5 and its production and if it had any impact on the reported Indiana Jones series. Kennedy stated the following: "First off, that's not a fair question to ask. We never publicly came out and even announced an Indiana Jones show for Disney+, and I am not confirming or denying that we have canceled that, but Dial of Destiny's production, good or bad, would never have an impact on whether or not we would be releasing a show. That's just nonsense. If one movie or show fails, it doesn't stop us or prevent us from exploring another related to that franchise. Just look at Solo. We saw the mistake we made with that, but we didn't stop making Star Wars projects. We just figured it was time to move on from Han in his younger years." Now, let me pause here quick. Now, the thing about Kathleen Kennedy is that what she just said there was a little odd. So basically, yeah, I mean, we all expected Star Wars projects to continue regardless of Solo's failure. But what she did not realize is that she literally just said what is happening right now with Indiana Jones 5, as well as, of course, the reported series that was canceled on Disney+, is that this is why you don't see young Han Solo, not as a cameo, not in any of the upcoming Star Wars shows or anything like that, is because they really have tainted that movie because of the box office bomb. And they want nothing to do with bringing that character back, at least for the foreseeable future. And so, it's kind of the same exact thing about what happened with Indiana Jones. Now, Indy 5 had a lot of really bad test screenings, and this is a fact. There were a lot of test screenings that did not go down well. Disney was very worried about this. This is why they did some little rearranging of scenes and kind of reworked some of the endings of Indy 5 and kind of just really tried to up the variation about what they could possibly do to make the best movie possible. And that is what had the overall impact on the cancellation of the Indy 5 series, or the Indiana Jones series, I should say. That was, by the way, going to explore a younger version of Indy and different aspects of, you know, Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character. Now, the thing about this, too, that I think a lot of fans need to know is that Kathleen Kennedy is getting very defensive here. This reminds me to when she talked about Star Wars, right? When she was approached by a interviewer questioning her about the Star Wars movies and them getting canceled, like Rian Johnson's movie and Patty Jenkins and Kevin Feige's movie, specifically Kevin Feige's movie getting canceled. She really got very heated trying to contain herself too, about how we never announced that was just reported, I'm not going to confirm or deny, et cetera, that we canceled that, but we never cancel things, we never shelve things, we just put them on the back burner. She hates the word canceled. She hates that word. So moving on to the next thing, alright? She elaborates further. So again, not a fair question. We never shelve or cancel projects. This is like an ongoing, record here. And I have made this open to many before, that if anything, we just put our projects on the back burner and keep them waiting for a new creator to pick up those stories. The negative press is getting ahead of themselves with Dial of Destiny, and we think we have a very powerful film here that not only promotes strong women, but the return of an iconic hero that can learn from them. So again, I'm not confirming or denying we ever even had an indie series in the works, but to suggest it was cancelled over the fifth film production is crazy talk. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is our stunning hero in this journey, and she is the spotlight in this one, and I am so proud of her work. She's going to really capture fans' attention, I can promise that to everyone. Now again, the thing about Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I don't know if you guys know her very well, but she did play L3, the droid, in Solo: A Star Wars Story, and if you guys paid attention to the dialogue, you'll know how crazy Kathleen Kennedy's impact on the Han Solo movie really was. Just pay attention to L3's dialogue, and you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. So when we're looking at everything related to Phoebe and how her for Indiana Jones 5 was rooted from the Solo: A Star Wars Story movie, I kind of find it funny that she is using a member of the cast of a failed movie in Indiana Jones 5. Just think about that for a second. Alright, she played one of the most controversial droids out there that a lot of fans found to be quite annoying. Some fans liked her, that's fine and okay and all. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there are going to have different opinions on that. But this does impact the overall outlook on where Star Wars is going for the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew by Kathleen Kennedy. We know that Disney executives have this big plan right now to fire her from Lucasfilm, to step down as president or get rid of her based on the performance of Indiana Jones 5. And the margins remain somewhat of a mystery. We do know that they want this to actually gain at least more than 800 million worldwide to consider it a smashing success, or a success. I just don't think it's going to get anywhere near that, to be honest. We'll have to wait and see, but it doesn't look like it's going to get that close. I could see this maybe getting, let's say, 600 million tops. We'll have to see about that, but that's just my gut feeling. I don't think it's going to get near that 1 billion worldwide box office, not in the slightest. So, anyways, it's interesting about what Kathleen Kennedy says here about how she's not confirming or denying the Indiana Jones series, and not confirming or denying either if Indy 5's production was the main cause of canceling said project. So she is getting a little bit defensive there, and she got a little offended over these questions. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below what you guys have to say about all of this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.